Kaya, why don't you read it to us? Okay, let's have Ben read it to us. Would you rather be an owl or a bat? So first we need to decide how many people voted for owls and how many people voted for bats. Ben, turn around and see if you can find a friend who has their hand up for the owl number. 3, 2, 1.
13.
Okay, so Keegan thinks 13. Keegan, tell me how you got the number 13.
I counted by fives.
Oh, you say you counted by fives. Why did you count by fives?
It's faster.
It is definitely faster, but how did you know that you could count by fives?
Because I know 5.
You do know 5. Keegan is on the right track. Can somebody add on to what Keegan is saying when he says count by 5? Kaya?
I think he means 5, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, I'm going to write down what Kaya said. She said 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. But my question is still the same that I asked Keegan, and I need an add-on answer. How does he know? How does Kaya know that they can count those by 5? Maya. Thank you. Everybody say slash.
Slash.
Whenever we see that slash, there is no sense in us counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know it's a group of 5. Okay, 13 people wanted to be owls. Wave at me if you chose an owl today. Okay, hands down. Who can tell me how many people wanted bats? Miss Ashley. Okay, tell me what your strategy was. How did you count 6? Okay, she says she knew it in her brain. I need someone to add on to that answer. Ava?
Because I know she got 6 because there's a slash and there's one more.
Oh, this is what Ava just said. Slash and one more. And Ava, remind us what a slash means.
The slash means it's 5.
She got it. 5. And one more than 5 is everybody. Okay. So I would like to know if this were a game and we had to choose a winner based on the most number of votes, who would have won? Gigi? I know you weren't raising your hand. I'd like to know what you think. Would the owls have won or the bats? Tell me why you said the owls. I'm going to write down exactly what she said. 13 is more than 6. Do you all agree or disagree? Agree. Okay. What if I wanted to use the word less than? How would that change my sentence, Teddy?
6 is less than 13.
Now 6 has to go first and 13 goes next. Sure. What would you like to share?
These 3, they're by themselves, and then people just started making another row and not putting another one or that.
Oh, okay. Well, it turns out it looked okay because remember when we did Tally Tuesday before Deacon? We didn't even have people slashing. So I'm just happy we have people slashing on the 5th one because that's an important way to recognize a group of 5. It's kind of like our 10 frames, right? It's like at the top row being filled out. Okay, so I would like to know what the sum of 13 and 6 is. And remember, everybody point to sum on our math talk board. Sum means that you are adding them together. Don't forget, when you give me an answer, Paige and Alex, you're going to need to give me your strategy as well. Who knows what the sum of 13 and 6 is? I see about 8 hands. I would like a few more. Ashley's looking at the number grid. I see some people putting 13 in their pockets. What do you think, Ben?
I had 16.
Oh, but 16. Oh, okay, because I was going to say 16 isn't one of our numbers.
And then I counted up 6, and I got 19.
Okay, what did you count up in? When you say you started at 13 and you counted up 6, does that mean you were using your fingers or your brain or a tool like the number grid?
I was using my fingers.
Oh, okay, so show me how you did that.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Oh, it looks like Ben was using his pocket. Everybody raise their hand and wave at me. Hit your pockets and say 13.
13.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You should have 6 fingers up by now, and that's why we stopped counting, because that was our hopping number. Okay, if you got 19, kiss your brain because it's right. But I want to know if somebody used a different strategy. And I'll let you know that I have pennies up under the Elmo if you would like to use those. Sometimes we use cubes and sometimes we use pennies. But I'm wondering if someone wants to use that as a strategy. And if you do, it's up there if you would like it. What do you think, Luke?
I like 16.
Oh, but 16 is not one of our numbers.
6 and 19 isn't 21. So, nope. Only one person missed to do tally Thursday.
Well, this is what I think Luke is saying. Liv, tell me how many first graders we have in our class. Gigi, sit down. We have 21, okay? 19 people voted this morning. That tells us, because 19 is smaller, that some people did not vote. How many people did not vote, Brenner? Tell me how you got the number 2. How did you find the number 2, though? Oh, I love it. He looked on the number grid. He started at 19 and made 2 hops until he got to 21. Because you know what? Paige didn't vote because she came late to school, and Booker is absent. So those were our 2 people who didn't get a chance to vote. That's why it's super important to get to school on time, right? That way we can make sure we get to vote for Tally Tuesday, or in this case today, Tally Thursday. Okay, I still want to know if somebody got 19 a different way than using their pockets. Andra? Why don't you go ahead and show us what that would look like? And go ahead and do it on the paper where we can see it. So tell us how many you're starting with. Okay. That makes sense because you know what, Kaya? There were 13 owls. Okay, we'll count with you while you push them over to the other side so we can make sure we've counted all of them. Ready, first grade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's give all of our strategy sharers a round of applause so far. Now, before I put these pennies away, I want to know, when you're getting your pennies out, is there a way that we can organize them as we're getting them out to where it's easier to count them? So I'm going to leave Andrew's 19 pennies out, but then I'm going to see if Liv can come up and show me what I can do the next time I'm using an object to count, what I can do to make my counting a little bit easier. Because you know what? Counting by ones, Deacon, that felt kind of slow with Andrew, didn't it? So let's see what Liv decides to do. Okay, this is what I just heard Liv say. We count by 5s, and then we count up 4 more. So Liv, why don't you point to our rows of 5? We'll count by 5s, and then when she gets to the last row, Ella, since there's not 5, then Ashley, we need to switch and count by 1s. All right, first grade, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Well, that was way faster than counting by ones. Thank you, Liv. What does that remind you of? When she puts things in rows like 5, what does that remind you of? Then? Oh, it reminds Ben of a long with base 10 blocks, okay? What does it remind Deacon of? It reminds me of a 10 frame too. This is a 10 frame of 10, and this is a 10 frame of 9. You know what that tells me? 10 plus 9 must equal, what was the total we were getting? 19. Very nice. All right, I'd like for you to go to your desk and get your slates and markers out.